Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming to our presentation today. I'm glad to meet you all. We are from the second group. For those of you who do not know us already, let me introduce myself and my friends to you. My name is Marisa Wahyu K, and my friends there are Melania Sukacita N, Ketut Ananda P, Benyamin Hariman, Melkianus Elrendi N, and Borgi Mahendra. Well, today we want to present about non-ferrous metals from Module 11 to you. Okay, the first speaker is Benyamin Hariman, the second speaker is Melkianus Elrendi N, the third speaker is Borgi Mahendra, the fourth speaker is myself, Marisa Wahyu K, the fifth speaker is Melania Sukacita N, and last, the sixth speaker is Ketut Ananda P.
First, I will explain to you about the definition of non-ferrous metals. Non-ferrous metals are alloy metals that don't contain iron and carbon elements. Non-ferrous metals include heavy metals like metals, porous metals, refractory metals, and active radiometals. Non-ferrous metals include aluminium, copper, lead, zinc, and tin. As we all produce metals like gold and silver. Their main effector of ferrous metals in their malleability. They also have non-iron content, giving them a higher resistance to rust and corrosion, and making them ideal for gutters, liquid pipes, roofing, and outdoor outdoorsing. Lastly, there are non-magnetic, which is important for many electronic and wiring applications. Let us continue to the next step. In this section, I will explain to you about what are the properties of non-ferrous metals. Basically, these non-ferrous metals has properties such as 1. Able to be well formed. 2. Low density. 3. Good hand and electric delivery. 4. Has an interesting color. 5. Stainless. 6. Its strength and rigidity are generally lower than ferrous metals. 7. Hard to wear. Non-ferrous metals are much more malleable and lighter. They contain no iron, so they have a higher resistance to rust and corrosion, be able to be well formed, and low density. They are also non-magnetic, making them good for us is in small electronics and wiring. Let us continue to the next slide.
In this section, I would like to talk to you about non-ferrous metals, as discussed in the first slide. Non-ferrous metals are classified into several types, including heavy metals, light metals, porous metals, and refractory metals. First, I will explain about heavy metals. Heavy metals are metals with density, atomic weight, or high atomic number. For example, nickel or lead, or zinc, copper, or cuprum, or SU. White tin or stanium, or sin, and black tin or plumbum or PB. Next, light metals are metals that have a relative low density, and if a density of less than 5 grams per centimeter cubic. For example, aluminium or L, barium or Be, and calcium or Ce. Next, precocious metals are rare, naturally occurring metallic chemical element of high economic value. Chemically, the precocious metals tend to be less reactive than most elements. See noble metal. They are usually ductile and have a high luster. For example, gold or aurum or eu, silver or argentum or Eg, and platinum or Pt. Please, refractory metals are I group metallic elements. They are heat resistant to heat. However, edge of him his eye melting point above 2600 refractory metals are used extensively as along elements in steels. Steels, heat-resistant alloys, and supers, for example, titanium or T, wolfram or Wi, zirconium or Zr, and molybdenum or Mu. Let us continue to next slide.
In this selection, I will explain to you what non-ferrous metal are commonly used by techniques. The first, aluminium. Aluminium include in like metals. Aluminium is a good electrical conductor, lightweight and strong. It's a good conductor to I can be forget into sheet, pull into wire, and twisted into bars with various cross section. It also corrosion resistant. Aluminium is also widely used of often in the form of alloys. An example is dura-aluminium, an alloy used in aircraft manufacturing, which also contain copper 4.4% and magnesium 1.5%. Aluminium can also be alloyed with titanium to produce very strong and lightweight metals. Next, in the sum selection is copper. Copper is included in heavy metal. Copper has the two emblem and atomic number 29. The coat of arms is derived from the Latin cuprum. Copper is an excellent electrical conductor, which makes it ideal for use in electrical wires. Good ductility also makes it suitable for pipes. Copper is widely used in alloys, notably brass or copper and zinc and bronze or copper and tin and sometimes lead. Okay, the last is silver. Silver is included in precious metal. Silver has atomic number 47. The symbol is Ag from Latin agrium. Silver is electrical conductor than any other material, so it is often used for electrical connection. Another precious metal, gold, is also excellent conductor and is highly corrosion resistant. Let us continue to the next slide.
In this section, I will explain about plating with non-ferrous metals. Non-ferrous metals can be used to protect steel from corrosion by plating it, that is, covering it with a thin layer of metal. An example of galvanizing. Galvanizing is the coating of iron or steel metal with other types of metals in order to have resistance to corrosion. The chosen coating metal is zinc or Zn. Due to its stainless nature, zinc also has a lower melting point because the galvanization process is done by dipping iron metal into very high temperature liquid zinc, otherwise known as hot dip galvanizing. A related process called anodizing is an electrochemical coating process that aims to thicken or strengthen the natural protective coating on metals. Aluminium is a metal that is often in anodizing. Other non-ferrous metals commonly in anodizing are magnesium and titanium. The other technique is called electroplating. Electroplating is the process of superimposing a metal or other material with the help of an electric current so that the quality of the coating metal can also be owned by the material to be coated. Coating metals used can be in the form of zinc, silver, gold, brass, copper, nickel, chrome, and others.
This is the example of plating with non-ferrous metals. As you can see on your respective screens, the first image is an electroplating process. The transfer of metal ions with the help of an electric current through an electrolyte solution as if a metal ion settles on a solid object to be coated. Metal ions are obtained from electrolytes as well as derived from the dissolving of metal anodes inside electrolytes. Precipitation occurs on the workpiece that applies as a cathode. In the second image, it is an anodizing process. A cathode is mounted on the electrolyte tank, and the metal to be anodizing applies as its anode, so that oxygen ions are released from the electrolyte solution to be combined with aluminum atoms on the metal surface that are anodizing. In the third image is the galvanizing process. This method is done by dipping the base metal into a zinc pool. Previously, base metals had to be cleaned either mechanically, chemically, or both. It aims to ensure quality bonding can be made between base metals and zinc coatings. Let us continue to the next section.
Okay, in this section, I will explain about non-ferrous metal term and difficult vocabulary in Module 11. First, non-ferrous metal term, elastic rubber, liquid lubricating material and cannot conduct electric current, insulating material, fire-sensitive, not flammable, asbestos, and also flammable, ceramic. And then, furthermore, some difficult words among them. First, manufacturing is the business or industry of producing goods in large quantities of factories. Second, ductility is the properties of material capable of deformation against full tears before completely breaking. The third, corrosion resistant, is the ability to prevent environmental deterioration by chemical or electrochemical reaction. The fourth, molten, is held to a very high temperature so that it becomes liquid. The fifth, electrolyte, is a liquid that an electric current can pass through, especially in this electric cell or battery. The sixth, negative terminal, is terminal that is on the battery negative, minus. The seventh, cathode, is the electrode in an electrical device where reduction occurs. The negative electrode in an electrolytic cell and the positive electrode in a battery. The H anode is the electrode in an electrical device where oxidation occurs. The positive electrode in a electric cell and the negative electrode in a battery. And the last, aluminium oxide, is a chemical compound of aluminum and oxygen with a chemical formula Al2O3.
So the conclusion that can be taken in this presentation is non-ferrous metal is a metal that does not have iron elements in it. So it has a higher resistance to rust and corrosion. Non-ferrous metals have several types of heavy metals, light metals, precious metals, and refractory metals. In engineering, non-ferrous metals commonly used are aluminum, copper, and silver. To protect the metal from corrosion, a coating technique with non-ferrous metal called plating is performed. Examples are electroplating, anodizing, and galvanizing techniques.
Thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us anything. Thank you and good morning.